By now we've all heard the term hormones and their association with widespread functions throughout our human bodies. Whether cognitive decline, rapid aging, or sharp mood swings, deficiency in any type of hormone can lead to the breakdown of an individual's health through treatment with limited rates of success. But what if we could have the perfect diet that turns our body and its deficient hormones into an autonomous biochemical powerhouse that efficiently repairs and balances itself from the inside out? In this first of a two-part series, we are going to discuss some basic anatomy related to hormone production. Then I'll share some accessible foods and supplementation that promote optimal hormonal balance. The HPA axis, or the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, is a complex set of interactions between two areas of the brain and one adjacent to the kidney. Let's break down the components of this group. The hypothalamus, which is located in the brain, pertains to controlling body temperature, thirst, hunger, and is involved in sleep and emotional activity. The pituitary gland is located just below the hypothalamus, which is important in controlling growth and development while maintaining the function of other hormone-producing glands. The adrenal glands are located on the kidneys and produce hormones that control heart rate, blood pressure, the way the body processes food, the levels of minerals such as sodium and potassium in the blood, and other functions involved in stress reactions. Due to communication from the HPA axis, namely the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland is enabled to make and store the hormones that regulate heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, and the human metabolism, or the rate in which the body is able to create energy from food. Unfortunately, when there is a deficiency in the production and circulation of hormones, fatigue, weight gain, hair loss, depression, irritability, and more occur, which is typical during the condition of hypothyroidism or underactive thyroid. You see, in a normal thyroid stimulating hormone, or TSH, is sent from the pituitary gland, like I mentioned earlier, to the thyroid, causing the production of thyroxine, also known as T4. T4 is then converted to T3, or triiodothyronine, which acts on the tissues of the body. So in an abnormal situation, such as in hypothyroidism, an imbalance typically occurs due to a breakdown in the stepwise process converting T4 to T3. Now we have a case of hormonal imbalance, which could be caused by a genetic trait, traumatic experience, or a lack of quality nutrition. Estrogen, a hormone in both men and more vast in women, is a popular point of topic. In women, there are three main types of estrogen: estrone, estradiol, and estriol. These hormones are responsible for the development of the reproductive system and secondary sex characteristics such as facial hair in men and whitened hips in females. Not only are these hormones important for regulating the body, but scientists have found regular levels of estrogen may slow signs of aging and age-related cognitive decline, which can lead to Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. One study looked at a group of rhesus monkeys with declining memory and determined cognitive decline was not caused by a loss of neurons, as previously believed, but rather due to malformed mitochondria within the brain. Now remember, mitochondria are located throughout the body, which are the powerhouses that fuel your body's cells, including your brain cells. Increasing levels of natural estrogen cause these donut-shaped mitochondria with weak synapses to improve connectivity and shape, which later improves working memory. It's no wonder why physicians are also looking at hormone replacement as a general anti-dementia and anti-aging strategy. However, if you discover you have low levels of estrogen, it is important not to go running to hormone replacement therapy before addressing many of your hormonal issues through proper nutrition. Here I'm going to share some foods and some of the associative hormones that can be improved with a quality hormone boosting diet. First, the Paleolithic or paleo diet, which is patterned after what our ancestors would have eaten, includes many fermented and cultured foods, and has been shown to be very effective in promoting hormone health throughout the life cycle, even until old age. Be sure to also exclude from your diet unsprouted grains like bread, also sugar and fructose, as they have been shown to decrease 7 of another 12 of the most important hormones. One reason for this is when blood sugar is high, insulin is launched into the blood through a series of events. Hormones like sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG, is lowered, therefore causing a good example of how hormone secretion can be blocked. It is important to exclude alcohol, which has been shown to decrease your human growth hormone by up to 75%. This hormone stimulates tissue repair, governs the replacement of the cells, controls brain functions, and the functioning of diverse enzymes. For those who are looking for natural anti-aging and muscle-building remedies, well, look no further, as HGH encourages growth and cell production and regeneration in our bodies by stimulating our protein formation. Physical signs of HGH deficiency include droopy eyelids, saggy facial skin, thinning hair, and abdominal fat. Other signs include anxiety and chronic exhaustion. Foods high in magnesium, such as dark cacao chocolate, nuts, and avocados, are also of great benefit to sex hormone levels, including your HGH and testosterone. Remember, testosterone and stress run contrary to each other. Normally for men and women, if testosterone is naturally boosted, less stress will be present in the body. Healthy fats from plant and animal sources, such as wild-caught fish, egg yolk, lard, grass-finished meat, and butter, have been shown in studies to improve progesterone in women, a sex hormone that associates with estrogen and is involved in the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, and the earliest stages of childbirth. Progesterone is also involved in the production of other steroids, including the sex hormones and corticosteroids, while also playing a key role in brain function as a neurosteroid, which affects anxiety and depression. Progesterone can also be increased by several nutritional supplements, including vitamin A. As a general rule, fat-soluble vitamins will have a beneficial effect on sex hormones. Healthy fats also increase DHEA secretion. This is important as low levels of DHEA, or dehydroepiandrosterone, lead to premature aging and can lower your ability to handle both physical and mental stress. As an adjunct to diet, I'd like to share some plausible functional supplements for individuals who are looking to balance their hormones, including women who are entering into menopause, which is a form of hormonal imbalance that occurs later in life. First, make sure your next blood test, you verify your vitamin D levels are optimal. If levels are low, then supplementation should be warranted, as foods rich in this vitamin is a must for gene regulation and optimal health. Fish oil and other animal-based omega-3 fatty acids are important for the reasons we discussed previously. As female menopause is a normal part of human life, it may be best to make the most of it, as a hormonal imbalance is inevitable. Phytoestrogens, such as licorice and alfalfa, has been shown to help moderate your estrogen levels when taken before menopause. In other words, the drop in estrogen won't be so dramatic. In addition, for women undergoing menopause, black cohosh has been seen to regulate body temperature and hot flashes. Finally, polyphenols such as royal maca has made headlines for being a powerful adaptogenic herbal solution for stress and menopause. Be sure that it is from Peru and not the inexpensive stuff, as some studies have found those versions of maca do not work. Polyphenols are also associated for lower risk of heart disease. This concludes part 1 of our 2-part series on optimizing your hormonal production. Next, I'll share with you the therapeutic diet that is being hailed as an extremely beneficial nutritional lifestyle in regard to results of endocrine disorders such as obesity, metabolic syndrome, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and diabetes, just to name a few. So stay tuned until next week. If you have an anecdote or something you want to share with our community related to this topic, I'd love to hear from you. As always, please leave suggestions for the next show, as it helps me find out and uncover what other community members like you are questioning. And in YouTube, please be sure to click subscribe, notify, and like, as it helps show your support, which is what helps continue to drive my passion for this community. Thank you and have a blessed week.